Japan, a country well known for its advanced technology and rich culture, is also recognized for being particularly prone to natural disasters. Positioned on the Pacific Ring of Fire, Japan is frequently exposed to earthquakes, tsunamis, and typhoons. Recently, Japan has been on high alert due to an impending natural disaster that has many experts and citizens deeply concerned: the potential occurrence of a massive earthquake known as the Nankai Trough Earthquake. This looming threat has captured the attention of the nation, bringing with it an atmosphere of both caution and fear. Japan's history is deeply intertwined with natural disasters, which have shaped the nation's resilience and preparedness. The Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 and the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami in 2011 stand out as two of the most devastating events in Japan's history, causing immense loss of life and widespread destruction. These disasters have left an indelible mark on the collective memory of the Japanese people, fostering a culture of preparedness and respect for the power of nature. However, the potential Nankai Trough earthquake is being regarded as a disaster of an entirely different magnitude. Experts believe it could surpass the devastation of previous earthquakes, both in scale and impact. The Nankai Trough, located off the southern coast of Japan, is a subduction zone where the Philippine Sea Plate is being forced under the Eurasian Plate. This geological activity has the potential to generate a megaquake with a magnitude of 8 to 9, causing widespread destruction across central and western Japan. The Nankai Trough earthquake is feared not only for its potential to cause severe ground shaking, but also for the accompanying tsunami that could follow. The Tohoku earthquake in 2011 serves as a grim reminder of the destructive power of tsunamis, which claimed the lives of nearly 20,000 people and led to the Fukushima nuclear disaster. The scale of the predicted Nankai Trough earthquake is such that it could impact a vast area, affecting millions of people and causing significant damage to infrastructure, particularly in regions that are home to vital industries such as automotive manufacturing, electronics, and steel production. In response to the looming threat, Japanese authorities and scientists have been intensifying their efforts to mitigate the potential impact. This includes updating building codes, conducting regular disaster drills, and investing in tsunami defense mechanisms such as seawalls and evacuation routes. Additionally, the government has been working on refining its early warning systems, which have already proven effective in giving residents crucial seconds to prepare before an earthquake hits. Despite these measures, the sheer magnitude of the Nankai Trough earthquake poses challenges that even Japan's advanced systems may struggle to address. The possibility of widespread damage to infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and communication networks, could severely hamper rescue and relief efforts in the immediate aftermath. The economic repercussions could also be profound, not just for Japan, but for the global economy, given Japan's role as a major hub for manufacturing and trade. The Nankai Trough is a submarine trough located south of Japan, stretching from the Suruga Bay off Shizuoka Prefecture to the Hyuga-Nada Sea off Miyazaki Prefecture. This trough marks the boundary between the Philippine Sea Plate and the Eurasian Plate, two tectonic plates that are continuously colliding. This collision generates a tremendous amount of seismic energy, which when released could result in a massive earthquake. Geologists and seismologists have been monitoring the Nankai Trough for decades, aware that it is only a matter of time before a major earthquake occurs. The Nankai Trough earthquake is expected to have a magnitude of 8.0 or higher, with the potential to trigger a massive tsunami that could devastate coastal areas. The Japanese government has issued several warnings about the Nankai Trough earthquake, urging citizens to be prepared for the worst. The recent heightened alert was triggered by a significant earthquake that struck off the coast of Miyazaki Prefecture on Kyushu Island. This earthquake, although not directly associated with the Nankai Trough, served as a stark reminder of the seismic activity in the region. The Japan Meteorological Agency, JMA, issued a special bulletin following the Miyazaki earthquake, warning that the likelihood of a major earthquake in the Nankai Trough had increased. This announcement has sent shockwaves throughout the country, leading to widespread concern and preparation efforts. The potential impact of the Nankai Trough earthquake cannot be overstated. Experts predict that a major earthquake in this region could cause widespread destruction across a large portion of Japan, particularly in the central and western regions of the country. The areas at greatest risk include the prefectures of Shizuoka, Aichi, Mie, Wakayama, and Kochi, among others. These regions are home to millions of people, and the damage to life and property could be catastrophic. In addition to the human toll, the economic impact of the Nankai Trough Earthquake could be devastating. Japan's central and western regions are vital to the country's economy, hosting numerous manufacturing plants, including those of major automakers, electronics companies, and petrochemical industries. These industries are integral to the global supply chain, and any disruption could have far-reaching consequences beyond Japan's borders. The potential for a massive earthquake to disrupt these industries and cripple the economy is a significant concern for both Japan and the international community. The Japanese government has taken several steps to prepare for the Nankai Trough earthquake. Authorities have been conducting disaster drills, improving earthquake-resistant infrastructure, and educating the public on emergency preparedness. The government has also developed a detailed response plan that includes the deployment of emergency services, the evacuation of residents in high-risk areas, and the provision of relief supplies. However, despite these efforts, there is a growing sense of anxiety among the population, as the unpredictability of earthquakes makes it impossible to fully prepare for such a disaster. One of the significant challenges in preparing for the Nankai Trough earthquake is the potential for devastating aftershocks and secondary disasters, which could greatly hinder recovery efforts. Japan's history is rife with examples of major earthquakes followed by powerful aftershocks or tsunamis, exacerbating the initial destruction. Additionally, the proximity of Mount Fuji, an active volcano, to the Nankai Trough raises the possibility of a volcanic eruption triggered by the earthquake. Such an event would have catastrophic consequences for the surrounding areas, further complicating an already dire situation. On the other hand, Mount Fuji's eruption could unleash volcanic ash, lava flows, and pyroclastic surges, endangering lives and causing widespread property damage. The ash could blanket large areas, disrupting air travel, contaminating water sources, and causing respiratory problems for people in the region. Moreover, the combination of an earthquake and volcanic eruption could lead to landslides, further intensifying the disaster's impact. Given these risks, Japan's disaster preparedness plans must account for the possibility of a multifaceted catastrophe. This includes enhancing early warning systems, preparing for mass evacuations, and reinforcing infrastructure to withstand both seismic activity and volcanic eruptions. Coordinated efforts between government agencies, scientists, and local communities will be crucial in mitigating the effects of such a complex and devastating disaster. The recent typhoon season has also contributed to the growing concern in Japan. The country has been hit by several powerful typhoons, causing widespread flooding, landslides, and damage to infrastructure. The combination of these natural disasters has placed a significant strain on the country's emergency services and disaster response capabilities. In light of these challenges, the Japanese government has urged citizens to remain vigilant and prepared for any potential disaster. In the wake of the Miyazaki earthquake, there has been an increased focus on disaster preparedness in Japan. The government and various organizations have been promoting the importance of having emergency kits, securing furniture, and knowing evacuation routes. These measures, while crucial, are only part of the broader effort to mitigate the impact of the Nankai Trough earthquake. Public awareness campaigns have been launched to educate people about the risks and encourage them to take proactive steps to protect themselves and their families. Despite the government's efforts, there is a growing concern about the dissemination of misinformation regarding the Nankai Trough earthquake. In today's digital age, false information can spread rapidly through social media and other online platforms, causing unnecessary panic and confusion. The Japanese government has been actively combating this issue by providing accurate and up-to-date information through official channels. The Japan Meteorological Agency's website, for example, offers detailed information about the Nankai Trough and other seismic activities, helping to ensure that the public is well informed. For foreign residents and visitors in Japan, accessing reliable information about the Nankai Trough earthquake can be challenging, especially if they do not speak Japanese. The Japanese government and various organizations have been working to provide multilingual resources and updates to ensure that non-Japanese speakers are also informed and prepared. This includes providing information on emergency procedures, evacuation sites, and how to stay safe during an earthquake. The potential for a Nankai Trough earthquake has also raised concerns about Japan's infrastructure and its ability to withstand such a massive disaster. While Japan's robust earthquake-resistant buildings and advanced early warning systems have been designed to mitigate the effects of seismic activity, however, the potential magnitude of the predicted Nankai Trough earthquake poses a significant challenge, as it could overwhelm even these well-developed defenses. Experts are urging further investment in infrastructure improvements, particularly in older buildings and critical facilities such as hospitals, schools, and transportation networks. These enhancements are crucial to ensure the country's resilience against such a catastrophic event, potentially saving lives and reducing economic impact. The international community is closely monitoring the potential for a significant earthquake in Japan, recognizing the far-reaching consequences such an event could have on global trade, security, and disaster preparedness. Japan, being the third-largest economy in the world, plays a crucial role in global supply chains, particularly in technology, automotive, and manufacturing sectors. A major earthquake could disrupt these industries, leading to significant economic ripple effects across the globe. Countries worldwide are aware of the vulnerability that Japan faces due to its geographical location on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic activity is high. In anticipation of potential disasters, international organizations and governments have been working on disaster preparedness strategies that include coordinated relief efforts and logistical support. The 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, which resulted in massive destruction and a nuclear crisis, served as a wake-up call, leading to improved global collaboration on disaster risk reduction and response mechanisms. Japan has heavily invested in advanced early warning systems and resilient infrastructure to mitigate the risks posed by earthquakes and other natural disasters. These systems include nationwide earthquake detection networks that provide seconds to minutes of warning before a quake hits, allowing people to take immediate protective actions. Japan's infrastructure, particularly in urban areas, is designed to withstand significant seismic activity with earthquake-resistant buildings, reinforced transportation networks, and specially designed emergency protocols in place. Despite these efforts, the potential for a massive earthquake, like the Nankai Trough earthquake, remains a significant concern. The anticipated scale of such a quake could overwhelm even Japan's advanced defenses, posing a grave threat to both life and property. The Nankai Trough, a region off the southern coast of Japan, is known for its potential to generate megathrust earthquakes, which are among the most powerful types of quakes on Earth. Such an event could lead to widespread devastation, triggering tsunamis, landslides, and fires that would complicate rescue and recovery efforts. Given the potential for such a disaster, the international community has expressed its readiness to support Japan in the event of a Nankai Trough earthquake. Various countries have pledged to provide aid, including humanitarian assistance, technical expertise, and emergency response resources. This global solidarity reflects the recognition that the impacts of a major earthquake in Japan would not be confined to the country alone, but would have far-reaching consequences, affecting global trade, economies, and potentially leading to a broader humanitarian crisis. The international community's readiness to assist Japan also highlights the importance of collaborative efforts in disaster preparedness and response. By working together, countries can share knowledge, resources, and best practices to strengthen global resilience against natural disasters. This cooperation emphasizes the shared responsibility to mitigate the impacts of such events, ensuring that when disaster strikes, the response is swift, coordinated, and effective in saving lives and reducing suffering. Overall, while Japan's investments in early warning systems and resilient infrastructure are commendable, the threat posed by the Nankai Trough earthquake serves as a reminder of the limits of human preparedness in the face of nature's most powerful forces. The global community's pledge of support underscores the importance of unity and collaboration in confronting the challenges posed by such potential catastrophes. In addition, global financial markets are sensitive to such potential disruptions. An earthquake of this magnitude could lead to significant market volatility, affecting everything from currency exchange rates to stock prices, especially in sectors where Japan is a major player. The world has seen how natural disasters can trigger broader economic instability, and this potential event is no exception. The emphasis on international cooperation reflects a growing understanding that in an interconnected world, the effects of natural disasters are not confined to national borders. The collective effort to provide support and share resources underscores the need for a coordinated approach to disaster preparedness, one that involves not just governments, but also international organizations, NGOs, and the private sector. This approach aims to enhance resilience, reduce vulnerability, and ensure a swift, effective response to any potential disasters that may strike Japan.